Yo, what's up, YouTube? What's up, guys? This is Jeremy from Phat Airlines. Nice to see you all. It's been a while since I did a live stream on YouTube, but I'm here today because we got a Devblog 8 out. I realized I never told YouTube about Devblog 7, and we got some other information about World of Airports 2.0. The update is not out yet, but it's pretty exciting, so I wanted to do a live stream today. Plus, I got some connection planes coming in to handle as well. So we'll be doing both, handling some connection planes. I'll be talking about the World of Airports Update 2.0, talking about the devlog. We'll be looking at Discord to see what's going on, some extra information that the developers let us know that wasn't in the devlog, and then you know, we'll just hang out and answer any of your questions as well. So what's up, Breeze? We got Preston Pumford here. Nice to see you guys. Who else is here? Let's take a look. We got Breeze won't be getting any fat coins this stream. That's funny, bro. Voxify is here. Monshore, nice to see you, man. Oofy Gaming, thanks for being here. Nayo Amaroto, nice to see you too. Matrix, what's up, man? Andreas, nice to see you, Andreas. Toast McGee, what's up, man? Jonathan White, nice. Does this mean the 2.0 update is out now? Bro, we wish the update was out right now, but the good news is the update's coming out in the second quarter of 2023. So that's the great news, is that it could come out any day now. But after we read the Devblog 8, I think we're gonna have to wait a few more, like a week or two or longer, at least a week or two or longer. But the latest we'll have to wait is till June 30th. So it's not too bad. It's gonna be exciting. We got Crafts here. What's up, Crafts? L303, what's up? Sloppy, nice to see you, Sloppy. All right, so let's get into the devlog. Let's bring it up real quick because I want to show you guys, because it's pretty exciting. So the first thing, a lot of you guys already know about Devblog 7, and you can access this, by the way, by going to the World of Airports forum. You can go to forum.worldofairports.com, or you can go to worldofairports.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see a little icon for the forum. But with Devblog 7 here, pretty much they give us information that the user interface is what they're working on. So you'll see some information here that you can see. You see, you got different cards over here. You got a cleaning service that looks a little bit different. You got ramp agent, which is cool. They're rebuilding the 3D environments around the airport. So look at Innsbruck, for example. You got those mountains. It looks so beautiful. You got contracts, which are ready. We've been waiting for contracts for such a long time, so it's pretty exciting. We got Fleet Manager that's also finished. You know, Fleet Manager is where you could send your planes from one airport to another for a fee, so that's exciting. You got St. Martin Airport, fully functional and truly amazing. And a lot of new content to the game, paint schemes, technology, new aircraft models. I mean, we learned a lot more about what this new content to the game is in Devblog 8, but it's pretty cool. And then one thing you guys want to see for sure, you know, they've done a lot. It's pretty much, you know, when is it they're gonna release the update? They had to rewrite the code, so it took them a while, and their goal, the developer's goal, is quality over speed. So that's why it's taken so long, but their goal is the second quarter of this year. So that's pretty exciting. That's Devblog 7 real quick for you guys. But we're here for what was posted yesterday by Kubasan, Devblog 8. So for Devblog 8, we're excited to update you on the progress of our upcoming update 2.0. Our internal team has been working hard to ensure that all features are thoroughly tested before release. We're happy to confirm that we're on track for release in the second quarter. So I mentioned this to you guys before, but second quarter is from April to June. So it could happen anytime between April 1st and June 30th. I mean, today, it's May 2nd. So we're in the home stretch, guys. Like, it's coming soon. I know a lot of us have been waiting, but it's coming soon. So let's continue reading. One of the things we've been working on is improving the game's user interface. We know how important it is for players to have a smooth and intuitive experience, so we're taking the time to make sure everything is just right. We're also thrilled to announce that we've developed a brand new 3D model for the airport in Prague. We've put a lot of time and effort into making it as realistic as possible, so we hope players will enjoy seeing it in action. All right, take a look at this, guys. Isn't this beautiful? Oh my goodness. Like, this is one of the things that like I was not expecting to see at all in this devlog, but it's really pretty. I'll show you some comparison pics that that Eric95 on Discord posted. We'll show you some comparisons so you can see what Prague looks like now and see how much of a difference that really is. But let's continue reading. So one of the new features we're most excited about is the flight radar. This will allow players to keep all arriving and departing airplanes in real time, making it easier to manage air traffic and keep everything running smoothly. Guys, I miss the radar so much. The radar was like one of my favorite features. If you guys were here on my like my very first YouTube streams, like I would use the radar all the time just to find out where my planes are, where my connection planes are, and this is such an upgrade. I'm excited to see this in the game. So let's keep reading though. We're also introducing a 2D minimap, which will help players keep track of all the airplanes on the ground. This should make it much easier to manage ground operations and avoid any collisions or delays. So we've seen the 2D minimap before, but this has gotten such an upgrade from what we've seen before in the past. Not only can we see the runways like clearly, we can see the taxi lines, and we can see the planes and their names. So I think it's pretty exciting, and I'm excited for it in airports like Muscat, where you got planes that will need to taxi on the runway, and maybe like an airport like Innsbruck, where you know you might want to just put planes on the runway ahead of time. So let's continue reading. We can't wait to share the update with our community, and we'll be sure to keep you all updated on the progress of the development in the coming weeks. Thanks for your continued support. This isn't so important, but who sees it? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So it's nice to see y'all. I'm happy to be on YouTube right now, and it's exciting. I'm excited for World of Airports 2.0 to come out, and that's coming out in Q2. So yeah, definitely look at so now you guys had a chance to look at this. You can see the jet bridges, you can see through it, you see passengers through it. That's something I've always wanted to see. I mean, it is kind of weird that Ryanair, right, is at a jet bridge, but we'll just ignore that for now. You can see the little cones on the ground, the attention to detail. It looks like even the stairs got an upgrade. The jet bridge got an upgrade. It's amazing, man. So that's pretty exciting for me. That's devblog 8 for you. And let's look at these comments here. It seems like a new jet bridge model. Passengers walk into the plane. Not to mention you can see people entering the plane through the glass. Looks like there's a new models there too. I found it weird, I gotta say, that over here they mentioned avoid any collisions or delays. I'm not exactly sure because we don't have any collisions in the game right now. So what does that actually mean? We'll see. Oh, somebody else said that too. Are we going to guide the planes individually to this gate and stands? Look at Kuba-san right there with the jet bridge. That's funny. Well, the 2D map also show our own player planes as well as the one from contracts. It'll show all airplanes on airport. Nice. We got new plane sounds. All right, cool. So that's devblog 8 for you guys. Some new information shared in that devblog, which is pretty cool, and I'm excited. I want to know what you guys think as well, but that's pretty exciting for me. I'm excited to play it. I'm excited that they're still on track for a second quarter release, because that was one of the things I was kind of concerned about is, you know, what if they said in devblog 7 that their goal was to release it in Q2, but a goal isn't necessarily like a promise to release it. So I was just hoping that they just keep us informed in case there's a delay or anything like that. I mean, if you guys have seen my what to do before World of Airports 2.0, and most of those things are all true. There's only one thing that needs to change in that video, and I'll tell you guys that in just a moment while we go through. Oh snap, I got silver planes. Anyways, yeah, there's just one thing that needs to be updated in that video, and I'll let you guys know that in this video. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna have World of Airports. I'm gonna play it in the background, but I'm actually gonna open up Discord. That way, what you guys, wait, where is Discord? There it is. All right, I want to show you guys this. This is from Eric or Sussy Phat 95, aka Eric 95, and what Eric shared here. He shared a photo of old Prague, which is current Prague, what we have right now, and then we have a picture of new Prague. Like, isn't that amazing? And then also old jet bridge and new jet bridge. Like, oh my goodness, guys, that's like, I mean, we're playing in HD now. So we're gonna go through this Discord here, and we're going to take a look at what Kuba-san had to say, and see if there's anything like any cool information in here that we might need to know. Oh, somebody asked here the amount of Ryanair planes that'll be on the radar though. They said that's just for demonstration. Don't worry about that. Right here, hey Kuba, any information about optimization and battery life, as many players are worried about this? So Kuba, if you guys are running into any like crashing and things like that, which I run into it sometimes, and I play on an iPad Pro. So what he said is, you know, that hope that'll be much better now. So that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at what he answered next over here. My iPhone 8 is living on borrowed time. I hope not. Oh. So they tested the new update on really bad devices and it's still working, so that's pretty awesome. That's good that the developers are still focused on even like lower end devices. That's awesome. I think the 2D view also will be helpful for a lot of lower end devices, so that's going to be awesome. Let's see here. Random Sussy says filters would be great, otherwise I fear radar can have more planes than terrain. And there will be progressive zoom or details. That's cool. Here we go. Oh, we got a picture. That's pretty cool. So you could zoom in, zoom out. So the picture that they showed us in the dev blog was like a zoomed in picture, and here's a zoomed out picture of the radar. So that's exciting. I like that. Radar is one of my favorite features, guys. I can't wait for it to come. Let's take a look what else he has to say. So Train Guard said all unlocked routes will be converted to contracts and you get to keep them. Oh, because Plesky said, I've unlocked all destinations at Prague. Are all of them going to change the contracts? I'll never complete all of them if every contract is 10 arrivals. And then Kuba-san replied with a thumbs up to all unlocked routes will be converted to contracts and you get to keep them. That's pretty cool. Let's see what else Kuba-san answers. How much has to be done until the update will release? So what are you guys still working on at the moment? So they're working on data transfers, UI, and player-to-player cooperation. That's the part that made me think that let's hide Discord for a second. But that's the part that made me think that the update might take a little bit of time. You know, if you got data transfers, UI, and player-to-player cooperation, that might take a little bit of time, and they might need some testing. You know, you probably need to have the beta testers in there so that way they could try out the player-to-player connections. So I'm hoping that they can get that going soon. So I mean, that's just because I want the update faster, you know. So Preston said, oh, flight radar, that's cool. I agree. Bree said sussy hint about possible future collisions. I know, right? It's kind of surprising to me though, Breeze, because with collisions, you know, I thought World of Airports developers took a hard stance that they didn't want to have emergencies in the game, you know, but maybe a collision is not necessarily an emergency. I don't know. Or maybe they changed their stance, or maybe it's just like a translation thing. Who really knows? But what I do know is I'm gonna keep an eye out to see what can happen with collisions. Kraft said it's very cool. Preston said, yep, I agree. Kraft is playing Leipzig for grinding wallets for purchasing stands. Nice. Toast McGee said awful livery on those 787s. Don't hate on Breeze. Breeze said my planes are somehow always perfectly timed for streams, even though I didn't do it on purpose. Well, that's because you send it perfectly for me. That's why. Well, you know what time I have streams on Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Twitch, and then streams on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on Twitch. I do a lot of my streams on Twitch now because it's really just me playing the game. It's not me giving any information out. They're not really like rewatchable videos, but today's video is rewatchable, so that's why we're here on YouTube. And I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for being here, guys, and thanks for watching. But let's get back into Discord real quick while I'm handling these planes in the background. Yeah, that's kind of small. I'm sorry, guys, if Discord's a little small. I'll fix that next time. So here, the sus says, oh wait, I think every airport has its own radar. So random sussy originally said only Prague is marked. What about in Bari and Leipzig? Then the sus said I think every airport has its own radar, and Kubasan said yes. I'm a little concerned about that because, like, I don't know, what does that mean? I need to go into every single airport in order to see my radar. I hope it's not like cumbersome where I need, like, right now, let me hide Discord again. Right now, right, I need to go up here to the top right just so I could see if I have planes arriving. Like right now I could see I have a plane arriving at 11:10 p.m. But if I need to do that for the new radar, then it kind of defeats the purpose, in my opinion, for having to like check my planes. I would like something that would be like in the main menu maybe, so I don't have to like log into every airport. Something like, I'm gonna back out here, which is I got plenty of time for Breeze's plane, but something like this where you can click on the achievements and I can cycle through each of these achievements. I hope that's how radar will work, where I can cycle through each of my radars at a nice and quick, just like the achievements works right there. But I guess we'll see. Let's continue reading on Discord. Yep, each airport has its own arrival, departure, flight radar. That's cool. World Airlines says, will we see the 5th position added to at the pier, the one that shows 4 on this image? Sure. Funny. Oh, here's something. If it's okay, can you tell us how do we unlock St. Martin? Guys, you need to pay attention right now. That's a top secret, but as an apology for such a long delay, it will be free for everyone. Yo guys, that is the one part in my how to prepare for 2.0 that you can completely disregard. I'm gonna add a comment to that video and pin that comment as well, but that means you don't have to grind Leipzig for some unknown amount of passengers or cargo planes, whatever it is. Like, we don't have to worry about unlocking it. We're gonna get St. Martin for free for everyone, so that's exciting, guys. I'm really excited about that. That means everybody can play it on day one, which is awesome because, one, it's a smaller airport, so it'd be kind of weird to like be upgraded from St. Martin or from Leipzig all the way to St. Martin. But two, you know, we've all been waiting for like a year and a half or a year and a quarter for this update. You know, Leipzig came out in December 2021. We didn't get a new airport in 2022, and we're gonna get St. Martin in 2023, so it's pretty exciting. I'm excited for everybody. I think I would have unlocked St. Martin on day one anyways, even if they had a passenger requirement or a cargo requirement or something like that, but I'm still happy for everybody else. So congrats to all you guys. You don't need to grind Leipzig, just play, grind your airplanes, do those things so that way you can get more silver airplanes now. And if you guys missed it too, I made 15,000 silver planes on my last silver plane stream, which was on Saturday. That's just from playing the game, you know, for the last like 3 or 4 months, and then finally selling a lot of those planes that were qualified and profitable. Finally selling those planes, so that's pretty cool. What do you guys say? Preston said maybe landing gear failure or an engine fire. Yeah, I don't see the whole thing with collisions. It kind of confuses me. I'm not even sure like I feel like that's a translation thing, but I guess we'll see. Matrix said I gotta make sure I sell my planes before the update. Yeah, that's why I did my silver plane stream on on Saturday, because I was like, you know what, it's Q2 right now. The last thing I want to do is regret that I didn't have time to sell my planes for silver planes. So that's why I did it. I would encourage everybody else to do it as well. Granted, I want to show you guys this. Granted, if you look at the feedback site, they are going to be changing the way that maintenance works. And I kind of talked about this too on that same video, but you won't have to, you don't have to sell your planes for silver planes. You're going to get a bonus. And then you're going to get at maintenance D. So there'll be certain bonuses, silver airplanes after each D check maintenance. So I would say if you have a plane that really means a lot to you, or a plane that has a great call sign, for example, then you might want to hold on to that and not necessarily send it out to a maintenance yet, or sell it for silver planes. But otherwise, I would sell them all now, because you know all those maintenance steps, they might take a little bit longer. That's my opinion. You know, we don't know for sure, but it might take a little bit longer to make silver planes in the future. We're still going to make silver planes in the future, which is a great part about this game, that you can unlock all the features in the game, most of the features in the game, just by using silver planes. I do wish there was a way that you can unlock airports with silver planes. That would be cool. And I do wish there was a way that we can unlock new colors for silver planes. And those are the two main things that you can buy with gold planes that you can't do with silver planes. I completely agree with not being able to buy Wallers with silver planes, because for me that conversion don't make sense. So yeah. All right, let's take a look at the Discord again. Let me take a look at you guys chat. Oofy said, you didn't sell before maintenance D? Oh, I definitely sold before maintenance D. Chris Shaw said, hey Phat, hello from Kenya. Oh snap, what's up, man? Hello from New Jersey. You love my videos? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Flight Sim Fun said, you can't sell before maintenance D. Well, for silver planes, yeah, I sell at maintenance C. As long as the plane doesn't leave your airport for maintenance, you can sell it for silver planes. So sometimes what I'll do, actually most of the times what I'll do, if I'm not doing a silver plane stream, I'll sell my planes right as soon as they come into my airport and they need maintenance, because then I go into here, I go to my fleet, and then I come down here, like this plane right here. It's that plane's, I see that plane I sent off to maintenance D, and that's why it's like that. But like this plane, I can sell it for 400. Jonathan White said, the live stream title says new information revealed. What exactly does that mean for this live stream, I should say? So we looked over the devblog 8, which is you could look at it on the World of Airports forum. But essentially, you know, they let us know that they updated Prague. They let us know that about the flight radar that's going to be in the game. They let us know more information about the 2D minimap, and then kind of gave us a preview of some of the upgrades that they made to some of the vehicles, to the jet bridges and things like that. And for me, what's also important is that they're happy to confirm that they're still on track for a release in the second quarter. So that's pretty exciting to me. Let's go back to WoA. Bree said, yeah, global landing radar will make it way easier, especially if you have many connections at a time. But for Wallers, Flight Sim Fun, yo, what's up, Flight Sim Fun? Nice to see you. Says, but for Wallers, you can sell at maintenance A, B, and C. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend selling your planes for Wallers unless like you're stuck. You know, let's say your planes, you can't afford maintenance, and then your planes are occupying a stand. Then maybe it might be a good idea to sell it for Wallers. But otherwise, I mean, silver planes are just so much better, and they can unlock liveries, they can unlock planes. Silver planes are just where it's at. Oofy says, yo, free airport. Yeah, that's exciting, right? I'm excited about that too. Bree said, LOL, when you start your third account, you won't only have Innsbruck. Yo, I didn't even think about that. That's actually pretty exciting. Well, I wonder if that's going to be for all new players or not, but that's pretty cool. That is really cool. Crab said, I like that they're telling about a free airport. I agree. Yo, what's up, Aaron Borson? Nice to see you. So it would have been nice to get a feature update whilst this was taking too long. I mean, the graphics do need to improve with most of us using flagship high-end devices. Oh, so yo, bro, one thing they are doing, and I'm gonna go to the feedback site for this, but they are introducing a new system called contracts, which is going to replace the current system for arrivals and your destinations. So essentially what you got to do is you got to have a contract with other airports, or maybe even airlines, and those you can set parameters so that way it kind of makes it more profitable or less profitable. You know, if you can handle it faster, then you can get, you know, more money for it. You could also get like certain bonuses. So this is a whole new feature, and it's actually replacing, you know, how arrivals and work. So that's something that's new that's coming. You know, they're also adding, you know, I guess, I don't know if you would consider this a feature update, but it's something I've seen a lot of the community ask for, and it's the airline manager, which is changing the base of airplanes. So you can transfer your planes from one airport to another for a fee. We don't know how much that fee is going to be, but what we do know is that you can do it. So if you have like too many planes at Innsbruck and you want to move them to Prague, you can do that. If you have too many planes at Leipzig and you want to move it to another airport, you're going to be able to do that. So that's another feature. You know, you got relevant plane sounds. This doesn't affect me because I don't really play with the sounds on, but for people who really like the realism of the game, this will be fantastic. We got new planes coming in, new liveries for a bunch of planes, new and existing planes. You know, one thing that they're doing is they're unifying the liveries on all the fleet planes. So you'll see here, I'm just going to open one of them, but you see here you got basic 1 through 6, you got premium 1 through 6, and you got supreme 1 through 4, plus special 1 for this one. You don't got special on all of them. Like, you know, the 332 RR doesn't have a special 1, but that's some new things that are coming as well. Let me accept. And then, you know, of course, the other liveries for the planes, which you guys can check through the feedback site, World of Airports /feedback, if you want to take a look for yourself. But you can see what's in development through this site right here. And then, you know, under the taking more time section, you got multiplayer alliances, which all the features right now are really showing like we're probably going to get alliances sometime in the near future. I'm not sure if Kuba-san answered that in the questions, but in the Discord, so we'll take a look. And then Ramp Agent, which we saw in Devblog 7, has a little picture in the UI for Ramp Agent, and the Ramp Agent's going to be assigned for a certain timer with recharging to the stand on which he'll take care of the complete handling of the aircraft. So that's going to be another feature that's going to be added. But you know, a lot of these things we're just rebuilding the code so that way they can provide updates a lot faster in the future. So let's take a look back at Discord, actually, and let me go back to World of Airports to handle my connection partner Breeze, their planes. All right, good. It's still clocking. That's good. All right, let's bring up Discord and we'll see here. So yeah, guys, St. Martin will be free for everyone, so that's pretty cool. Emirates asked, is there an option to edit the flight plans so that, like, I want Emirates to land at 12:30 and another time at, let's say, 4:30 p.m. Would that be possible? So then Kuba-san said, not yet. Everything is real time. Okay, that's a cool question. Random Sussy said, will we get another Ask the Developers this year? And yes, we will introduce all main features in next days, and then we will open Ask the Developers. Oh, snap. So I got some information already because I kind of read ahead, right, for some of these things. But Ask the Developers will be on the World of Airports Discord on Friday, May 5th, this Friday. So if you guys have some questions you want to ask the developers, you might want to join Discord. You can join the Phat Airlines Discord too, please. And I know like the World of Airports link doesn't work in the game for Discord, but in the Phat Airlines Discord we have a link in our self promotions channel. It's pinned in that channel, and you can access the World of Airports Discord from there. So yeah. All right. says, so the flights will be in order that's made by you, or what? Or what are the arrival times based on? They're based on turnaround time. Okay. Thomas said, surprise revealed. So before this, Tom and Frost, two World of Airports moderators, were strongly hinting at a huge surprise that the community is going to love, and it seems like this was the surprise that they were hinting at, which is a really nice surprise. I think a lot of you guys are excited about it too. All right, let's see here. Will we also get triple jetways for the A380s? No, but we will get 2 for the L category. That's pretty cool. You know, look at this. Let's hide Discord right now. I mean, look at this L plane right here, right? My A332. And some people would be asking, like, why is only one of the jet bridges being used? So it looks like with the update, both of the jet bridges will be used. So that's pretty cool. I also kind of ask myself that, but I'm not an expert on aviation or on planes, so I kind of let you guys ask those questions. Flight Sim Fun said, most of my fleet at Prague is maintenance C, but it's taking long for them to get to maintenance D. Yeah, what you want to do is probably at Prague, you could probably send them long distance if they're small and medium, and they'll probably be profitable. Oofy Gaming said, hey Phat, do you have an open connection for Nagoya at your Muscat? I don't think I'm not playing Muscat as much right now, and I think I have a connection already. Yeah, Meek Raven of Bronze Realm. And then on my other account, my Phat Airlines account, I don't have I'm not playing Muscat, I'm playing Leipzig over there. Aaron said, I literally halted playing the game because it's just become a big slow grind and too draining. I wish there was more mini games or control you can do. San Diego's the worst, and as it has literally 3 large bays. It has 4, but yeah, I get what you're saying. The game did get kind of boring for me for a little bit, but for me, the most exciting part about the game is really playing with you guys, you know, doing connections. That's what I really enjoy playing, and that's what I've started doing. Is I started working on a lot more connections. I look for people on the Phat Airlines Discord who are looking for connections on airports that I'm actively playing. I try to make sure our time zones match, that way we can play it. But one of the cool things too about this update that hasn't really been mentioned in any of the dev blogs or anything like that, but it's been confirmed by World of Airports moderators, is that the connection timer, so the connection timer is going to be gone. And what I mean by connection timer is that 4-hour time limit that you have to handle. So Meek Raven of Bronze Realm sent me planes that arrive at 23:10. I have up until 3:10 a.m. to handle these planes. Otherwise, what they're going to do is they're just going to leave and go back to Meek Raven's airport. So with the update, that 4-hour timer is going to be gone for connections, and I'm excited about that. There are some concerns about people like holding your planes hostage or something like that, but you can just disconnect from your connection partner. But I do understand why people are concerned about that, especially people with like smaller fleets. You don't want to be missing out on your fleet for such a or your plane for such a long time. That's very inconvenient and not cool at all. TK said, are you making a YouTube video about the Friday's Q&A once it's closed? I'll probably just do another YouTube stream. That's been fun. Or maybe we'll talk about it on Twitch and I'll edit that. I don't know for sure, but I've always wanted to do more YouTube streams and more streams in general. And this Devblog 8 kind of like lit a fire under me to do this. So, yep, that's why I'm here. Chris said, oh haha, he saw it. You're really cool, bro. How you doing? It's 12 a.m. here. Oh dang, it's late. I'm all right, man. I just finished work. I work from home, so I finished work and I started the stream right away. I skipped dinner too, but dinner's gonna be right after this stream is over. But yeah, I'm doing well, man. It was a good day at work, very productive. I had a couple projects that we had to like kind of wrap up because they're due tomorrow, and most of them, I think all of them are ready to go, so that's pretty exciting for me. Breeze is heading off to bed. Peace out, Breeze. I know I'm late, but I hope you have a good night. Jonathan White says, so everything on the website will be added in the next update and is not currently in the game before update. Am I correct? Everything on the website will be added in the next update. Yeah, I mean, that's what they say. You know, if you look at the feedback site, which right here, feedback, at the very top of the page, it says planned for maybe next update. They put the maybe there just to like kind of say, like, cover themselves, but for the most part, all the things we see in this section are going to be in the next update. And you know, they've already confirmed St. Martin is ready. They've confirmed 2D ground radar is ready. They've confirmed contracts is ready. They told us, you know, changing base of airplanes is ready. They on YouTube, they have a video of playing with the upgraded playing sounds, so that's pretty cool. And we've seen, you know, all three of these planes screenshots in the game on their Instagram and Facebook photos. So I would say, yeah, definitely like confirmed and coming. Oh, I didn't know, Boeing fan. Nice to see you, man. Aaron says, so you're saying the game will be redesigned, like remastered? We will have to start again? No, I mean, they had to recode the game, but no, we're not gonna lose like our we're not gonna start all over again. We're gonna have to, I mean, you're gonna lose your airport levels, because that's what happens after every single major update. We restart our levels. Plus, I think they're also changing the way the airport leveling system works. But like your planes, your stands, the way you built your airport, you know, your terminals, all of that is going to be there. It's like a whole new game, but it's not actually a whole new game. Aaron said, I enjoy seeing the actual real life airplanes, seeing them whilst grinding through the game. I know I have too many planes now that I don't see any of these real life airplanes anymore. That's what's going to be exciting for me with playing St. Martin Airport, is that when you start a brand new airport, like you gotta see all these planes. So that's pretty cool. Chris said, Phat, A380 or 747? I mean, I like the A380 because of it has an upgraded model, and most of my A380s that I've sold have been profitable. If you want to check the profitability of your planes, we have a plane profit bot in the Phat Airlines Discord, and I'm gonna eventually create a video on that. I'm waiting for 2.0 because we're gonna have to update the bot a little bit, but you can use it right now. It's free for everybody who's a part of the Discord. You can track your planes. All you gotta do first is create a profile, and then you can start adding your planes. I would say come join some Twitch streams if you can, because that's where I usually use that bot. Jonathan White said, I don't have time to watch this live stream live, but I'll watch after stream's over. Phat, keep up the good work and content, and have a great day. Thank you, Jonathan. Matrix said, when Kuba said collisions, he might have meant planes waiting on each other in a way that they don't move at all until you restart the airport. I gotcha. That makes sense too. Yeah, I'm thinking it's more like a translation issue, not collisions in the sense that planes are hitting each other, but maybe planes are blocking each other. You know, I think what you said, Matrix, makes the most sense. Preston said, I might be watching this all night. That's funny. What, man, I keep losing my spot. Preston, I'm already in the Discord. I know, man. You got 2 accounts under the Discord. Yo, what's up, Tom? Tom, we were just talking about you, man. Thanks for hyping us up about the St. Martin, about the secret, and we saw how Kuba apologized to you for leaking the secret. That's what we kind of went over that a few minutes ago. You are the boss. That's funny, man. So yeah, let's look at the Discord again. So then Sussy Phat 95 asked Kuba-san, any new vehicles in the WoA? And look at this special one for the lavatory and water. You guys can say this if you want, but I think a lot of people, if you look at this, the entire chat just like blew up over that. That's funny. Let's take a look. I think not many service vehicles left, and they did already all of them, so that's pretty cool. Oh, we got a picture. That's a nice one, man. I'm gonna have to save this. Open in browser. We're gonna save that for later. All right, right down here. Sussy Ham says, wouldn't it be cool to see functional service vehicles moving around the airport instead of just spawning and despawning? And Kuba-san said, it's impossible to keep it running on mobile devices. Imagine how many pathfindings were run in the same time. So hey, now we have a reason why these planes kind of or not these planes, sorry, that the service vehicles just kind of like randomly just do their thing. They're not really programmed, and it's probably limited by the devices here. All right, next thing up, Emirates says, because let's see, TK says, why would anyone prefer M and the only 2 L spots at Bari? Hey, that's actually a cool question. Oh, here we go. That's because of this. Another question, can you make the L stands at Bari capable to handle M-sized aircraft? Like in real life, they're also used by 737 and A320. So that's a cool question. So then the answer to that, because TK asked, why would anyone prefer M and only 2 L spots? That's my preference too. I tell people, even if you look at my multi-gates video, I tell people don't do that. So then Emirates says, because if a wide body takes 6 hours of flight time, there would be space for other planes. Okay, but flying will be a little bit faster in the real world. Okay, so it doesn't really answer that question, but lets us know that flying will be a little bit faster than in the real world. So that's interesting. We got one more page of Kuba-san posts, so let's take a look and see what else he answered. TK said, it won't only be 2 contracts using wide bodies available in Bari. And Kuba-san said you can have more contracts than stands. That's exciting. I mean, that's the way it works right now, right? With destinations, you can have like 10 L planes at San Diego. It doesn't mean you can have all 10 at once, but maybe that's part of the challenge of contracts. I guess we'll find out, right? Random Sussy says, I see the Sus Alliance has grown. We need the Alliance feature, so that could be a thing. And then at first we will recover random arrivals. Yo guys, I wanted random arrivals for so long. I've missed it the last few the last year. It's been missing, and it was always cool kind of getting random planes. And I would also send some of my planes, you know, I would send E190s to Prague when I didn't have a connection partner, just so like that random player can help. I can help them out with getting a connection or getting that achievement done. So that's pretty cool. Flights and Fun said, I'm thinking now middle May or late May or the first week of June. Ooh. Oofy Gaming said, what's the best silver plane grinder? I mean, technically it would be the SF-34F because it only costs 10,000 wallers, and you get 100 silver planes for it, but you're gonna lose a lot of wallers trying to send that out long distance. If you want another plane for silver plane grinding, I mean, I would say the E190 is pretty decent. You can make a profit on that, but you're not gonna make super profit on that. The A319 is great, the 757 is great, but the 757 is hard to buy up front. Plus, it's the most expensive of all the medium planes, and you still only get 200 silver planes. Large and extra large planes are fantastic for grinding silver planes, but you have to unlock them, and then you also have to pay more wallers for them up front. But the cool thing with the X and L planes is you got so many long distance destinations that grinding for silver planes is just so easy for those planes, but you're not going to be profitable if you're sending them long distance right now. I'm hoping that changes in the near future, but for now that's the way it works, and that's what we're going to see. Voxify says, when is the update coming out? That's coming out Q2. Thomas said you will be and Thomas, by the way, he is a World of Airports moderator, and he's a very reliable source for information. He gets stuff from the World of Airports developers and shares it with the community whenever he's able to. So Thomas said you'll be very pleased with contract system. You will be able to have several connections from one airport. Yes. Yo, that's like gonna be exciting because so many people want to connect with me, and I have a lot of planes, and I do tend to play this game a lot, but I'm limited with my connection partners. So that's gonna be exciting because then I can connect with more people. So thanks, Tom. See you later, Flight Sim Fun. Chris said, have a good one. I'm gonna shower, come back and watch the stream. I love your content for real. I fly 172s. I really wish they'd have 172s in the game. It was pretty useless. That's nice. That's nice. I used to want to like be a pilot, but I think the cost was like the main prohibitor, and the time is another thing that like kind of discouraged me from trying it. Maybe later on when I'm older, maybe later on I'll try it again, like go for lessons or something like that. But I'm cool with just playing World of Airports, you know what I'm saying? Aaron said, I get you. So what features do you want in a new game that they haven't mentioned? I'm gonna get back to you on that. Oh, in real life, do I prefer 747s or A380s? I've never seen an A380 in real life. I've only seen 747 in real life. I've only seen 2 747s in real life. I've never seen an A380 in real life. So I couldn't tell you. But the 747, man, those things are huge, and like it was like parked next to I think an A319, and it wasn't an A320. I don't remember, but it was parked to next to like what's a medium plane in World of Airports. And man, I was like, it makes these other planes look so tiny. I mean, it looks that way in the game too, but seeing it in real life is a whole nother animal, you know? Matrix said, I can't wait to update the bot. Gonna be hell. That's funny. We'll figure it out, man. What we're probably gonna do, like a spreadsheet first to figure everything out, and then we'll like update the bot. We'll probably have to pull the bot for a little bit, but yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. It's not gonna be hell. Trav said, I still upgrade those levels of ground services. I think all of my ground services are upgraded. Yeah, it's been a while since I checked, so I sometimes I want to just double check, you know, just to be sure. All right, cool. Jay Brigden, what's up, man? Says, yes, please give us random arrivals. Most of my connection partners don't send me anything. Yeah. The thing though with random arrivals is that it doesn't increase your streak, or at least the way it worked in the past was the random arrivals didn't increase your streak. So you could get a random arrival and your airport streak and your player streak would not increase. Both of them would not increase. I would think that the airport streak should increase for random arrivals, because you're still handling that airplane from another player from that airport. But I kind of get it in other ways. It might change with contracts, because you're gonna have to have a contract with somebody, and that's probably how you get your silver planes, your silver plane reward. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I like seeing all these. I like seeing random planes, because like that's a whole new set of liveries coming in. People get to pick, you know, some people have just Snow White, some people have just the basic 3 colors that they give you in the beginning and they never change it. But then you got other people who change their colors. Like I know there's one person who comes on the Twitch streams, or used to come on the Twitch streams, and what she did was she would update her colors based on like awareness months. So like for like trans awareness month, she had her trans colors. So that was pretty cool. I thought, you know, just like the fact that you could do that. But the only problem is that I would never see that unless I'm connected with them. So now with this update, it's gonna be pretty cool that I could see it. All right, let's get back into Discord, because there's a lot more information here, and we're still like not only at the we're still at the bottom of Kubasan's new post. And then okay, so Sus Bird said hopefully there is an option to turn it off, and that's in regards to player arrivals, the random arrivals, and Kubasan said there will be, so that's pretty cool. I know some people hated having it, which I guess makes sense, especially like in a brand new airport. You know, when Leipzig first got released, when Leipzig first got released, it was kind of annoying to get a bunch of AT-43s from Innsbruck randomly from people, and like when you're trying to grind, you know, points and stuff like that, or get more wallers so you can actually afford things, and you're getting an AT-43 from a random arrival, that's kind of annoying. So I get that, but I mean, the amount of people who were upset about it, that I didn't understand either. All right, TK says, will random arrivals work different than contracts, meaning they'll just appear in the arrival section and they'll leave. Kubasan said yes, will be like one arrival contract with higher rewards. Nice. Kubasan, here's the ask the developer part. Kubasan said, I just discussed with Tom and we will open ask the developer on Friday. So guys, if you have a question that you'd like to ask the developers, they don't get to every single question, and I would say read the channel, because they don't answer questions multiple times. If somebody already asked the question, they're not going to answer your question. And then sometimes they also have a slow mode on there, so you can only ask like one question every 6 hours or something like that. But you can join the World of Airports Discord, and you can ask the developers on Friday. If you don't have a link to the World of Airports Discord, you can join the Phat Airlines Discord, and we have a link pinned in the self promotions channel, so you can look at that. All right. UA asked, how often would special arrivals arrive at player airports? And Kubasan says special arrivals will be based on events, mainly real world, means that main events will have some special arrivals. Okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Here's another picture. Hey, look, that jet bridge isn't floating. I don't think it's floating anymore either. But I remember for the longest time that jet bridge was floating. Here we go. Emirat said, will there ever be a possibility to use Prague's second runway? This is a question a lot of you guys had. And Kubasan said, in same time, not. Guess not. Kamikaze said, at most we can get landings from the other side of the runway. And Kubasan said, this should be cool. Yeah, I think it would be cool, actually. I think that would actually change a lot of things if every time you came into the airport, the runway was different on the other side of the runway, because it would how'd I put it? It would change the pathing. Like, for example, well, at Muscat, right? If our planes came in from here and then went this way, that would be fantastic for our cargo planes. It would be horrible for our passenger planes. Or imagine if like our planes could land on this runway. That would be fantastic for our passenger planes and horrible for our cargo planes. So that would be cool. I agree with Kubasan. Oh, you can't even see my game. Oh, you can. Tag. There's a new devlog. Nice. All right, we'll take a look at that once I finish this. Oh yeah, I can see it. You see it over here? It's unread. We'll go there in just a moment. What perfect timing, guys. Will Washington get its 2 missing runways to the west? Kubasan said no, sorry for that. And UA was asking long-term plans, I guess. Then yes. Nice. Kamikaze asked, any ideas what would be the next plan or next plane to be remodeled for the next update after 2.0? Next. Okay. So Kubasan said there's a new airport. Random Sussy said, what are your plans for the game after 2.0? Alliances? Yes! Guys, I'm excited. I'm going to start an alliance. If you guys are interested, we're gonna look into Phat Airlines Discord first for new alliance members, but that's where it's gonna be. Alliances and new airports. That's pretty cool. Kubasan said after 2.0 we'll be able to release smaller updates more often. That's cool. I really hope they're able to do that. I miss the constant updates, man. Going through 2022 without an update was kind of rough, I would say. The B744 will be an L airplane. That's cool. The St. Martin has 1 X stand in the game, and you can get the A380 from other players. That's pretty cool. You made changeable wind in Prague. We'll do it in the future. Not yet. Let's see here. Happy said, what about a weather forecast in the game? That would be good. You just need to look on real METARs and TAFs. I'm not familiar with TAFs. I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, World of Airport uses real life weather. So when you come into the game, the weather matches what you have in real life. That's why when people are surprised when they see like screenshots with thunderstorms or fog, and they're like, that's not in the game. And yeah, it's currently in the game. You just got to log into the game when that's actually happening at the airport you're playing at. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Will the next airport after St. Martin be on a new continent? Kubasan says yes. It's like that. So what candidates do you got for your next airport? Got India, Indonesia, and Australia. That's cool. Kubo-san says we love SCL. That's pretty cool. Where's that message though? Did he delete it? No, okay, it's right here. So I wonder if that's a hint, guys. That might be a hint. New devblog 9. We're gonna have to check that out live together. Kuba-san also said here, stay tuned. I will release new info tomorrow. And by the way, today is tomorrow. So that's pretty exciting. And then he posted this awesome GIF. I love it. All right, we got devblog number 9. So I'm gonna go ahead and hide Discord. We're gonna look at the devblog on the iPad here, full screen. Let's go and look at it together. Before I look at it, I'm gonna read chat real quick so that way we can talk about what you guys seen. What features do I want in a new game that they haven't mentioned? And I'm still thinking about that. I think I have a couple things, but I'm just so excited about what we're seeing right now. Preston's in bed. Nice. Ox LV says new update will never come. Game is done. Dead. That's sad, man. It does seem that way, especially if you go into the App Store, right? The last update's been May 2022, but you know, the cool thing is World of Airports are still active on social media. They're still active with their community. They're still letting us know what's going on. You know, they had to rewrite the game's code in order to make these significant changes to the game that will help them make this game even better in the future. So it kind of stinks that we had to wait like a year and a quarter, right, for a new airport. And I completely get where you're coming from with the game is dead. But if you look at the World of Airports Discord, if you look at my Discord, I would say the community is alive. We're just excited for this update and waiting for it. All right, devblog on the way. All right, let's take a look. So devblog 9 posted 14 minutes ago, so I'm a little late. We're excited to share another development blog about the upcoming changes to the game. As we previously announced, we're making a significant change to the game mechanic by putting full control back in the hands of players. Cool. Players will have complete control over the entire turnaround process for each airplane, starting from the moment they receive landing clearance. This includes deciding when to cross the runway while taxiing, when to start and finish handling procedures, when to push back, and when to line up and take off. Kind of sounds like UATC, doesn't it to you guys? I mean, to me it does. If you guys played unmatched air traffic control, that's like what you have to do. You have to kind of control each of those aspects. And I played UATC before I played World of Airports. UATC brought me to World of Airports, and I just fell in love with World of Airports. Let's continue reading. We understand that this change will have a significant impact on gameplay as it requires players to be more engaged and to make more strategic decisions. However, we believe that this change will ultimately lead to a more immersive and rewarding experience for players who enjoy managing their airports. To help players manage the handling procedures, we've added a new ramp agent who can take care of most of the work. The ramp agent can manage handling procedures on their own, but may sometimes require assistance from the player in making important decisions. Nice. Yo. We're gonna have to like analyze this picture. That's pretty cool. I like it. You got the new people, deal manager, 50 silver planes. Interesting. Ramp agent active, extra crew. What does it say? Automatic activation. I don't know what this. I'm gonna have to translate that later. E190 Austrian. It's handling. Yep, you can see it handling. Got the people here. You got the little buttons for your head. For handling each of these services. That's pretty cool looking, guys. I'm getting excited. This change is aimed at providing a more realistic airport management experience and giving players greater control over their gameplay. We believe that the addition of the ramp agent character will help to make the handling procedures more manageable and allow players to focus on other aspects of airport management. That's going to be great. Thank you for playing World of Airports, and we'll see you in the skies. That's awesome. Yeah, I would say one of the cool things about or one of my complaints I had when I first started playing World of Airports is that I was almost afraid to go into the menus because everything was still running. Like, for example, right now, if I go into the menus, everything in the is all the planes are still handling, all the planes are still clocking down, you know, the timers are running out, all of that's happening, so I can't spend too much time in my menus. But the ramp agent should help with that. I just wonder how many ramp agents we're going to be able to get. But let's take a look at this picture, right? You got the deal manager, which lets you, it looks like you're gonna have to pay 50 silver planes for the deal manager, which gives you another 5 minutes to handle it. You got the ramp agent, which is active. Now in the other picture in devblog 7, they showed 2 ramp agents. I'm not sure if that's going to be the max on the airport or not, but that's going to be pretty cool. You got extra crew, which costs $10. I wonder what that is. Is that allowing like another service to be opened up or handled? Because right now you only got 2 things being handled, right? You got the bus and luggage. The fuel, it looks like they're maxed out. The fuel's being used on another airplane. You got the de-icing. De-icing is not in progress. Cleaning, I don't know, why does it say 1 out of 2, but there's no timer here, so I guess that's being used at another plane in this airport. Same thing with water, catering, bags loading, and bus or passenger loading. So that's pretty cool. But why? And this says 3 out of 5 for handling. There's a lot of questions I have. I'm gonna have to take a look and we'll talk about it in Discord, but that's pretty cool. You got 6 minutes remaining to handle this, but they estimate that it should be done in 4 minutes 50 seconds. This game is gonna be pretty cool because one of the things too they mentioned is that they're gonna go for a more tycoon style as well. And I'm excited to see what's happening. What do you guys think? Tell me in the chat. Preston said, yes, I played unmatched air traffic control, and one time I did one airport, British Airways only. That's funny, man. Southwest 7138, yo, what's up, man? Says WoA is like UATC with the update taking forever, but at least WoA won't take 2 years to update. Yeah, I thought UATC was a dead game, and then all of a sudden they got updates. But the thing is with UATC is when I looked for updates, like on social media or anywhere else, I couldn't find anything for UATC, but for World of Airports, I could find, you know, I found their Discord, I found their social media, and you know, they post and they share information on there, so that made me a little bit more confident about World of Airports. That's where you got your profile pic from. Nice. Matrix said they will release info on all major things this week before Q&A, I guess. Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, they already gave us information about the ramp agent. They gave us a nice little screenshot about, you know, how handling a plane is going to be. They let us know here that you know, they want more realistic airport management experience. They also let us know that we're going to be controlling pretty much the entire operation of the airport. You know, landing clearance, crossing the runway, when to start and finish handling procedures, when to push back, when to line up and take off. So it looks like we're going to have a little bit more control over what's happening instead of a lot of the things being done automatically. That's, I think, the 2D feature that we saw in devblog 8. Let's go back to 8. The 2D ground radar feature, this guy right here, I think this is going to be super helpful for a lot of us when you're managing all those things. So you can actually like see, if you can visibly see what each of the planes need. Like, I wonder, why is this plane blue, right? Why is this AT-75 blue? I can understand why, like, this one over here is, well, why is that one blue? Yeah. Then you got this one that's gold. Why is that one gold? I mean, there's still so many questions, but I'm sure the blue might mean something versus like the orange is just like, it doesn't need any attention. The blue, it probably needs like clearance to go into the stands or something. Who knows? But that'll be super useful when we have to manage all those little operations. I'm excited for Phat Airlines too, guys. Like, we're gonna have videos So what's gonna happen is when the update comes out, my plan is to do a live stream here on YouTube as soon as it comes out. That way we can play St. Martin Airport together. We can explore contracts. We can explore all these new features together. Then once we get into like grinding mode, then I'll go on to Twitch and we can hang out and grind on Twitch. But that's gonna be an exciting day when the update comes out. Thomas says gives you more time to handle planes on time. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool. Chris is back. Nice, welcome back, man. How was you? I hope you had a good shower. Chris said, any advice for completing San Diego? I've been stuck on it forever. Yo, San Diego is like a different airport than a lot of the other airports you have in the game, because there's only 4 L and X stands and there's only 2 L and X cargo. So with that, you want to unlock the L and X stands as soon as possible. That's like key number 1. You need to unlock the L and X stands as soon as possible, otherwise it's going to really take forever. But you also want to unlock a bunch of medium stands. Now what I did when I was playing San Diego was I first bought like an AT-76 because I had it unlocked. I bought that so that way I can start, because you start off with 3 small stands, so I started off buying 3 small planes. That way I could disable the other small arrivals. You know, a small arrival that comes in randomly from like a regular airline is going to give you like 100 wallers, but your own small plane, a B462, is going to give you 900 wallers. An AT-76 is going to give you 600 wallers. You know, an E175, that's going to give you like 600 or 700 wallers at minimum. So definitely buy some planes for your fleet there. Then you want to handle a bunch of medium planes. You're going to want to try to get 757s, 738s, or A320s, because those are the larger medium planes. So that'll help you with unlocking the next airport faster, and you're going to get more passenger fee for those planes. So it'll help you like kind of level up faster too. And then you want to buy medium planes into your fleet. And you know, while you're having those L planes, what I like to do with the L planes in San Diego, let me see if I have an L plane that's being handled here. I do not. But what I like to do, I got sneeze. Ooh, bless me. So at San Diego, when you have like your planes are towards like your L and X planes are almost done handling, I would say speed it up. You know, if there's only the passenger service, if you only have passenger, fuel, and cargo left, speed it up. That way you could get it out of there and get another one in fast. But really, you want to buy fleet for your plane, for your airport. Replace those AI planes that you're getting, the small ones especially, and make them into your fleet planes. Get those small fleet planes. You got so many great small destinations that you can use at San Diego, and you get so much more money for that, which then helps you like upgrading your services, buying more planes. So that's what I did, and it kind of worked out for me. And I think I went through San Diego fast, but I also enjoyed that San Diego is different than the other airports. One thing you want to do with San Diego too is just be aware of the planes that are arriving. You know, I'm going to San Diego right now so I can show you. But at San Diego, you got the runway. Let me zoom out. But like, for example, if I'm going to tell this plane to take off and essentially push back, then I don't want my 738 to go to this stand, because then it's going to land. It's going to have to wait right here until this plane fully clears the taxiway. So instead, what I would do is I would have this plane go over here. That way it's not being disturbed by this plane that's pushing back. So just like keep those things in mind, that you're not like blocking yourself. And then also, like for example, with the small planes, if you have like a super long queue, make sure you don't have small planes that are coming to one of these gates over here. You know, if you have small planes go into one of these gates over here, the small plane is going to exit right here. And if your queue is like where this plane is right now, your plane's going to get blocked out, and your airport's going to get locked. So San Diego, you got to do a little bit more thinking in the airport, but that's part of the reason why I like it so much. TK says it's interesting. Those selectable crew, 1 for $10, I think, is the replacement of a boost. The handling times by pressing a button, and deal manager costing 50 silver planes. So I wonder what it does. Dude, that's a good point. Let's go to 9. Extra queue estimation 3 minutes 35 seconds. That makes a lot of sense. So TK said, I think the replacement of a boost for handling times. That'd be super convenient, because that's another one of my complaints about the game, and I don't really complain about the game too much, but like if I wanted to speed up this plane, I have to like literally sit here and hold this button, and I've done that for a couple of streams where I'm just like literally on a plane and I can't even move because I need to like hold down this button nonstop for, you know, minutes. So if I want to speed up this A350, now I have to like sit here, hold down this button, and it's cool that they have this option. But I think what TK mentioned, you know, about the $10 for that selectable crew, if that's a speed up, that I'm hyped. And then Tom said here too, is like, we're gonna get more information before the Q&A. Oh my goodness, guys, like I might have to do a stream on Friday the way it's looking. But we'll see. I'm not promising anything right now. Preston said, I will try to be here on time when the update comes out. Oh, dude. I mean, if the update comes out while I'm sleeping, I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to wake up while I'm sleeping, but I'm hoping people ping me, tell me the update's out or something. That way my phone will blow up. Not literally, figuratively. It was tired. It was great. Chris said, I've unlocked all the stands and I still have like 700k more passengers to go. It takes so long with buying planes. Only have 1800 silver planes. I'm trying to save up. Dude, don't forget about going to the other airports. That, you know, especially if you're not max level on all your airports, you know, each of these airports give you about 350 free silver planes, and each of the airports also give you two planes at minimum, or 2 planes. So you get 350 silver planes from leveling up, and then you get two fleet planes, which I like to think of as 200 extra silver planes that you get in the future. So that's 550 silver planes just from like leveling up the airport. You know, 200 of them are for the future, and 350 you can get right now. But make sure you're leveling up, and you know, go back to the other airports. The cool thing about going back to other airports too is that you're getting, if you're playing, you're gonna get more miles on your fleet planes too. And then, you know, work on connections, get some silver planes that way. But it is a little bit of a process to get silver planes. But once you get through that process, it really adds up real quick. So yeah. Chris says, should I just spend my silver planes, or should I just wait and see after the update? Your advice is really helpful as always. I mean, I would say wait. If you're able to wait right now, then I would wait, because we're gonna get 3 new airplanes, right? And I think where's it? We're gonna get 3 new airplanes. So the B-77W, I think, is replacing the 777 in the game. So some people are buying the 777 right now because they're expecting it, but so that's something that you can do too. B744, you know, we don't know how much this is going to cost either. You got the DHC6. I don't even know how good this is going to be, but I would say wait and see. But with 1800 silver planes, I mean, honestly, you should be probably saving up for either like a bigger M plane, or like the E190. No, sorry, the E190. Don't unlock that using silver planes. Do not. But you could buy like the A319 or the 757. Those are my 2 favorite M planes. But if you already have one of those, then you definitely want to save up for an L plane, because that's how you're gonna get connections done. You know, if you can't get connections done, then you're missing out on silver plane, or on free silver planes too. So it's really up to you. But with 1800 silver planes, I'd probably just keep saving them up so you can afford an L plane. And then by the time you probably can afford an L plane, the update might be out. So I guess we'll see. Nice. Toast found our question for the Q&A. Nice. Says, does the fee for transfer go off of the first airport or the second one? I would probably word that differently, bro. But you know, something like, you know, can you explain what the fee for the airport is? Like, what does the transfer fee even look like? Like, we don't know anything. Like, so I don't know why. Well, the reason why I say to like reword it is because I don't know why you think it's gonna matter on the first airport or second one. Like, Kuba-san could clearly answer like it doesn't matter, and now we still have no information on what the transfer fee is. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people in the Q&A. So Tom said the Q&A will probably start at 2300 Czech time on Friday. Nice. So that is like 5 p.m. Eastern, I think. Yeah, because I started the YouTube stream at, I think, 2300 Czech time as well. So maybe we'll go live. Who knows? Kraft said, yes, it'll turn into 77W for Players Fleet. That's what I'm doing with the words. Nice. Chris said, I bought the 757 and I've unlocked the E190, so I should save up. I could buy an L plane right now, but I didn't know if I should buy one or just wait. I think I'll wait for the update. Yeah, the C-17 is a good L plane too, but the thing with the cargo planes is that the cargo stands are super expensive to buy. So yeah, that's what I say. But yo, look at this picture, man. There's so much information right here just in this picture. A picture says 1,000 words, right? But this is gonna be cool, man. I'm excited for World of Airports 2.0. It looks like we're gonna be getting some more information the rest of this week. We have the Q&A that's happening on the World of Airports Discord on Friday. If you guys need access to the World of Airports Discord, I think there's a link somewhere on the forum, but I know there's a link that we have in the Phat Airlines Discord. The Phat Airlines Discord, the link is below in the description. You can join the Phat Airlines Discord where we have an active community, and you can check out the self-promotions channel. In the self-promotions channel, I have a pinned comment there that talks about, that gives you the link to the World of Airports Discord. I have it only there because the last thing it's a lot of maintenance trying to make sure I have the right link, because I keep having to get new links for World of Airports sometimes. So this makes it easy for me. I only have one spot that I need to update it for. Toast said, okay, let's go send 20 A380s to St. Martin as soon as it gets out. I think I'm with you there. I'll probably send a few too. Thomas said, fee would be taken from the airport where you're moving the planes from. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Kraft said, purchasing a ground service. I know, right? The extra crew. What does that mean? Is that extra ground service? We think this might be for the speeding up the handling of the planes. This is going to be the speed up button essentially, because it looks like by doing the extra crew button, oh, that makes a ton of sense, right? Because look, it says estimation 4 minutes 49 seconds, and then if you were to pay for that, it would knock off the 53 seconds, which would 3 minutes 35 seconds. I don't know. I mean, it's a little bit more than a minute. Wait, is 53 plus 45 a minute 12? No, who knows? I guess we'll find out when it comes out, but it's still pretty cool. I got it right. Nice. Nice. Well, guys, I'm super excited for World of Airports 2.0. Not only did we have a devblog 8, which we talked about, which showed us the new, the updated Prague airport, which we didn't even know they were working on until they showed it to us. You know, they showed us the flight radar that we're gonna have, that we could see our own flights. We saw the 2D mini map, the ground radar. That way we could see what's going on in our airport. And then we also got a nice little, picture about the jet bridges and some of the other features that are coming in the game. And then today during stream, unexpectedly, we got a devblog 9 that talks about some of the other mechanics that are changing. That it's pretty much, we're going to be in control of the entire airport, of each airplane. And we get to a full preview of the UI for handling a plane, which looks pretty interesting to me. I'm pretty excited. I hope you guys are excited. Thomas said, when you buy additional crew, estimated time decreases. Yep. Gotcha. That's, yep, that's why it's 335. That's awesome. Thank you, Tom. I'm excited to hear if World Airports start, or when they start going into like beta tests, and I'll keep you guys in the loop if I hear anything else. I want you guys to know, all you guys here on YouTube, that I typically do my streams on Thursday and Saturday on Twitch now. I will be doing like live streams like this. If another dev blog comes out, I might do a live stream. I have a lot of fun doing live streams. I like being able to answer your guys' questions and helping you out, and just talking about, you know, some of the cool things that are happening in the game, and just kind of showing what's happening. So I'll try to do more YouTube live streams, but for now, you can find me on Twitch on my schedule Thursday and Saturday, and really appreciate you guys being here. I hope you guys are excited as I am. This update is coming out, and it's coming out in Q2, which means anytime from now until June 30th. So I'm excited. Thomas says the same speed up button now, but you don't have to keep pushing it. Yeah. That's exciting, man. TK says, TK Drake, it says probably the timers will go faster to fill up, and what Deal Manager does is increasing the maximum time required to handle a plane. Yep. Because it adds up 5 more minutes, so the remaining probably makes this 11 minutes 17 seconds. That's pretty cool. But I'm a little concerned about like 50 silver planes, or that looks like silver planes. I don't know if that's still silver planes or not. It looks like it costs 50 silver planes, and I don't know if I can, like, if that's even worth it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, is it worth it to use that for to use silver planes to extend your timer? Granted, we didn't have that capability at all in the past, so that's pretty cool. But we'll see. And you'll see, I mean, even if you look at this picture right here, like the UI has changed from even this picture. So they're still making improvements, they're still changing things, and that's pretty exciting. I did want to see something. I feel like one of these pictures kind of showed us something, but I'm not finding it. 6